the face prosthetic, I'll be using my own face cast I've done a while ago. As you can see, it has been used multiple times. And all I'll be using is tissue and liquid latex. Mixing both together, I'm placing it onto the face cast and shaping branches. I'll be putting layer after layer liquid latex and tissue, around 3 or 4 coats. That should be enough. Now I'm taking a basic aluminium foil and shaping it and sticking it with hot glue gun on the prosthetic piece. Make sure that the prosthetic is dry, otherwise it will not hold. And all that's left to do is to cover the rest with tissue and latex. Once you finish with it, leave it to dry overnight. A few more bits here and there with the hot glue gun. The next day it looks dry, nice and solid and ready to take off. For this I'm using a soft brush and talc powder, slightly pushing it under the prosthetic. It will lift it easier. Don't force it off the cast, as you can easily break it. We want to keep holding those edges to blend for application. Now I'll be repeating the same step on the mannequin to create the chest piece. It took me a few hours to make the prosthetic because there was a lot of drying time involved. In the meantime, let me tell you what made me create this look in the first place. So my inspiration was from a 90s cartoon and TV series W.I.T.C.H. W.I.T.C.H. I remember my cousin kept buying a comic book, and I loved watching through the pages and seeing all the characters, because I found them so pretty, and I remember I was drawing them as well. Her favorite character was Cornelia. Cornelia was badass witch with earth powers. There was a front page with her face surrounded by branches, and I thought that would be a great idea to create something like this for Halloween. So yeah, here I'm creating my version of Cornelia for Halloween. Now it's time to give the prosthetic some life. I decided to pre-paint it with 3 colors, pale brown, green and dark brown. There's no pattern I'm using at this moment. I'm just putting colors wherever it goes, and I don't really care about the details at the moment because I'm just using it right now as a base. For the detail, I'm using scrap yarn. Pieces of brown and greens, taking a single part and putting it apart into small pieces, sticking it onto the prosthetic with latex. You can use PVA glue if you don't have latex at this stage, and it will work as well. Once the yarn is in place, I'm putting another layer of glue over it. It's hard to see anything that I'm doing at this point. The color of the yarn I chose blends right into the prosthetic, but this is exactly what I'm looking for. And you will see that everything will come together. I don't want it to stand out. I'm just giving it a bit of texture. On the standing out branches, I'm just wrapping the yarn around and then adding some more pieces on top of it. And that's how it looks when it's finished. Very subtle but effective. Now I'm just repeating it all the same on the face prosthetic. Let's put in some cool eye contacts first, and next I'm using a tape to protect my eyebrows before application. Finally, gluing my face prosthetic using Prosaide, putting it into the right place on my face and holding it, applying some pressure until it's perfectly stuck. Now right here I decided to add some mortician latex. And then just fixing the rest of the edges by using extra glue. Then covering that bit with foundation. I'll be going back to my yarn again. Choosing green and brown, putting it right on the edges, making it look like tree trunks are attached to my face or little green veins coming out from it. Now using this brown eyeshadow, I'm adding some definition around the edges of the prosthetic. And then adding some green and doing exactly the same on top of it. Now it's time to apply the chest piece, doing exactly the same. Giving it a good press to hold until it sticks. Then using some eyeshadow around the edges. And back to my yarn again and putting some more on my neck and then around the chest piece as well. I know that Cornelia has blonde hair, but believe me, blonde hair just didn't work on me, so I chose a nice red wig. It really works well and gives a nice contrast with the green. So yeah, that's it. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, give me a like or leave me a comment. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.